Awesome, guys. This is Ryan Rieger, and got my good buddy Danny Stock with me. Danny and I, really, it's crazy. We've only known each other for just a little over a year, but he's become one of my very good friends. And what you're about to hear tonight will blow you away. You guys know I'm a private label guy, and so just upfront and honest with you, it's been a long time since I've done retail arbitrage. But listening to what Danny is talking about when I first heard about this, it made me want to just completely abandon all private label and do retail arbitrage because he makes it fun. He makes it more efficient. The things that I don't enjoy about the RA side of things, he basically solves this by being able to instead of going from scanning items, just picking up an item and going down the whole aisle and not finding anything or finding just a couple of things. He has a way of making it strategic, a way of making it efficient. So if you, let's say that you are literally on your lunch break and you only got an hour, you can walk away with hundreds or potentially thousands of dollars in items that are profitable for you using his methods. And it's so simple, you'll think, why didn't I think of that? But it's brilliant. And so, Danny, appreciate you being on here tonight and sharing with these folks. And I'll let you introduce yourself and even further and talk to them about whatever you got on your mind.
All right. Well, appreciate everyone coming here. Listen to what I have to say here. Hopefully, to save a lot of time. I came from a background of a person doing lots of stuff, a family business and everything. Never had any time to source. Well, I never really felt like I had much time to go and just scan and scan and scan. That just,
Mm-hmm.
not to mention that really kind of made me burn out a little bit on it, just
Mm-hmm.
scanning for hours. So I never did like that. I'm all about time hacks. So that's kind of, and I would only source on my lunch break. So I was always limited to like an hour or so.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And my dad and I, so we both own a construction business. So we would just go on our lunch break and see what we could find. The way I do, you can find, once you get good at it, you can find a couple, $1,000, $1,500 in your lunch break of profit. So it's
Wow,
not too bad. We just throw in big trash bags in the back of the truck and we on our way. Pay for my lunch every day. So,
that's awesome.
but so I'll get started here.
Go for it. Yeah. And last year, I think, didn't you say last year you did like $365,000 in sales part time?
Yeah, that was just on my one account. I did 365. That was just honestly, that was stuff I just found on my lunch break.
Oh my gosh,
So I'd
that's
have to do it
ridiculous.
full time. I'm pretty sure I could do seven figures, but
Right.
in the relationship I have now and the way I do it now, that is going to be easily achievable this year. So,
Mm-hmm.
um, but I'll show you guys, give you some tidbits, and see what you think. And if you have questions, just let me know. We'll also talk about. I have a special group that, and you'll see the logo and the name, everything pop up here. So it's kind of all focused around that group, and
Mm-hmm.
everything we do, it goes far beyond retail arbitrage. I mean, we just do
Mm-hmm.
uh, pretty much all aspects of selling in general, selling.
Yeah, you were just there at ASD looking, you found some exclusives for the group.
Yeah, so the group I was there at ASD specifically for the group. So
Uh-huh.
it's got about has just 100 people in it. So we
Yep.
keep it small on purpose, and that way, um, it's just better that way. I feel like I can have more personal touch and
Yeah.
approach. I can actually talk to everyone instead of
Right.
thousands of people in the group and not be able
Sure.
to get that personal touch. So
Yeah. Cool.
we'll get started here. So this is just to start here. I've been
Nice logo.
yeah, kind of wanted the Spartan look,
Yeah.
because we were called the Legends group,
Right.
and I felt like that kind of fit the place, and because of just being a history buff, I always like the read about history and Spartans and stuff like that. So and
Yeah.
military buff. So anyway, I've been selling online since about 2003. I started eBay uh, right after high school. I graduated in 2002. In 2003, I started selling more and more on eBay. I've been on Amazon for over 3 years now.
Uh-huh.
And I've just been doing it for the last 3 years. I've really just been doing this super part-time. I mean, I have several different businesses I part owner or operate. One
Mm-hmm.
being the family construction business, which has been my primary focus because, I just, I'm one of the employees. So if I'm not there, we're not
Mm-hmm.
going to be in business. So,
Mm-hmm. Right.
I try to juggle several things at once, but I still have a lot of free time. And that's partly because I try to delegate stuff, outsource stuff. And then the sourcing,
Mm-hmm.
of course, is I still do retail arbitrage all the time. So this is not
Mm-hmm.
something I'm out of touch with. I still do it
Mm-hmm.
all the time, and I think I can talk about it intelligently. So, and yeah, I have two daughters, family of four. So I know it's like to have kids and then juggle business at the same time doing RAOA. So
Right.
your house being taken over by um, product.
Right.
I live in a very, very small house. It's only like 900 square feet. So
Oh my gosh.
I work in my basement, which has only got like a 5'8" ceiling, and I'm 6'2", so I roll around on the chair down there. So I did that
Oh
for
my
a long
gosh.
time. I did that for 2 years, bumping my head on the ceiling, and so I know what it's like. I feel, look, I can connect with most people who do RA, and so, sometimes I would just because I'm a veteran. I was served
Uh-huh.
in Iraq for a year. Part used to be in the army, but so sometimes I stick my helmet on in the basement, so so I get concussions.
Oh my gosh.
But and most importantly, my passion is I really love helping other people. People in the group,
Mm-hmm.
just love to help them thrive in online marketplace, not just Amazon, but we got a lot of eBay sellers.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not just isolated to Amazon. I believe in get out there, try sell on multiple platforms at once.
Mm-hmm.
But we mostly talk about Amazon because well, that's the big one there, and that's where
Absolutely.
volume's happening. So.
Yep.
But,
Cool.
just a little bit about the Legends group. It's a very small community. Like I said, 100. Then we have some other people are just admins and people. We have experts in there just help coach and answer questions. And
Uh-huh.
Ryan's in the group too. So
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, so we implement a very wide array of selling tactics and strategies, not just
Mm-hmm.
retail arbitrage. We call it RA Legends because that's kind of what it sprung out of was retail arbitrage and my unique sourcing method. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we just believe in teaching an all-in approach. Once you get RA going and you get that automated like I have, where you have people. Now I'm a big believer in having people tape boxes for you. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Prep work. You should not be doing that. I mean, you have to do it in the beginning. I completely understand that, and I did too. So but once you can afford to have somebody do it for you, I really think that you're well on your way to really blowing up your business. So just
Yep.
for the fact that we finally have a warehouse and a couple guys that all they do is prep product
Mm-hmm.
and ship it out every day, our sales have tripled. So and so also in the group we have experts in every facet of Amazon bundling.
Mm-hmm.
Wholesaling, OA, uh, all kinds of stuff. So we don't just talk about or focus on one thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I do believe in building out your RAOA, automate that, then move on, to
Mm-hmm.
your next step, whatever that
Right.
may be, wholesale or private label, or maybe it's exclusives.
Mm-hmm.
So, so I've always been breaking all the rules. I always retail arbitrage. Always did the opposite of what the gurus told me to do because yes, it worked, but I had no time. So I
Mm-hmm.
really was focused on trying to find a better way. And,
Mm-hmm.
um, and my strategies, the neat thing, they kind of evolved into where all these people have these new Amazon accounts. So you have all these brand restrictions. Um, so it makes it really tough. Trust me, I know because I put myself in your shoes. I I have another account that's new and has all these restrictions. Um, and I tried to scan the old traditional way with it, and I could only buy maybe 10% of what I could normally buy with my other account because of all the brand restrictions.
Mm-hmm.
Lego, Hasbro, all that stuff's
Mm-hmm.
restricted now. And unless Amazon changes their minds and opens it back up, you could be stuck leaving a lot of stuff behind. So the way I source, it kind of eliminates that and allows you to uh, find brands and just thousands of items that you can sell profitably.
Mm-hmm.
And both and the strategies they extend to OA and RA. So you can do this if you want to do RA like I do, kind of more old school. You can do that. If you want to do OA, I kind of feel like it's a hybrid of both.
Mm-hmm.
Try to do both at the same time,
Yep.
no
Yeah.
matter where I'm at home or in the store.
Yeah, it totally is.
But so when I go to the store, I rarely scan anything, and I know that sounds crazy. Don't like scanning stuff, and not to mention when you scan an item, you're limited to what that barcode says it is online. So when you
Mm-hmm.
scan an item, well, if the barcode matches, yeah, you'll get that one listing to show up, and everyone's going to find that listing.
Mm-hmm.
So instead, I usually like to rely on replenishables in the way I find them, and that's how I make the bulk of my purchases. I rely on and any clearance or thrift finds, I just consider that to be a bonus.
Mm-hmm.
If you're doing really well, find just clearance or thrift store finds, or
Mm-hmm.
maybe shoes or clothes off the shelves and Marshalls or TJ Maxx or wherever. This is going to be great news to you because I think you can really layer on top just as many sales or more than what you're already doing right now. So, and these sourcing strategies, if you were to do just what I do, I mean, it's as close as you can get to suspension proof. Uh, and it has a lot to do with what types of brands I sell
Mm-hmm.
and what categories I sell in. So
Okay.
I don't sell in electronics normally. Actually, I don't think I have a single listing in electronics.
Uh-huh.
I don't. I rarely sell beauty items. Anything now this would be health and beauty,
Uh-huh.
not grocery, but anything you ingest or topical stuff, makeup. I just
Mm-hmm.
avoid it because yeah, you can find lots of great deals, but they're always the items that come back and bite you, and especially when you're buying stuff from stores and they don't have a UPC on the receipt, and you try to
Mm-hmm.
use that receipt as proof that you bought something. It's and it doesn't fly with Amazon. We actually had someone that went through this same issue in our group that got suspended, and
Mm-hmm.
just because the receipt didn't have a UPC on it, that made it almost very difficult to get on. But she was able to get reinstated. So, but I like to avoid that altogether because I don't need 30 days or more of no sales.
Mm-hmm.
That would be
Oh no.
bad.
Not cool.
No. So I, the way I source, I don't think I've ever had from my knowledge, any performance notifications or anything like an authenticity claims or
Uh-huh.
that has ever happened to me. Um, so if you've had those in the past and you feel like, okay, I'm living life on the edge here,
Right.
you might want to back away from the edge there and start doing what I do. So what I implement, and some of you may have heard this, is just I do reverse sourcing. It's just something I made up. I know some people do it, but not to the extent I do. I use it all the time. So
Mm-hmm.
when I go to a store, I'm looking at brand names. I'm looking at brand categories. I'm looking at
Mm-hmm.
types of items, like maybe um, something like dishes or uh, hand towels or something like that.
Okay.
So when I go to stores, I'll just type in brand names or specific items.
Mm-hmm.
You find all these hidden gems because when you scan items, you don't these items will not pop up. So if you look at the example to the right there, there's a Hot Wheels Batman. I look at this as a search term I've used before. That's why I've used it because Walmart used to have a bin of these Hot Wheels.
Uh-huh.
They're all like $1 or less, depending on which Walmart you were in. So I would just type in Hot Wheels Batman, and I would find okay, there's a set of six, and you
Okay.
just have to dig them out of the bin. So they're like $1 each. So you got what? $6 tied up in that purchase. It's actually less than that, but and had you when you scanned the actual Hot Wheels car, that listing would not come up. So you were limiting yourself to whatever you scanned or whatever popped up. So the potential with just those Batman vehicles was okay. Each vehicle sold well, but he also had these multiple bundles you could sell.
Mm.
On like that first one there, which you could sell. I've seen the price a lot higher than that, but that's still profitable. So you only got a $6 buy cost.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I typically source. And then you can also see, you can scroll down the list and see, oh wow, there's more and more things. I'm going to look for that while I'm here. And
Wow.
most of that stuff, okay, when you're in Walmart, okay, I'll look at the rest of the Batman Hot Wheels stuff while I'm here. You'll notice some of the prices look inflated, or you notice there's like a special packaged
Uh-huh.
listing or bundle or multi-pack. So you'll see a lot of the multi-pack listings or bundles that you would normally miss had you were just scanning the barcode. So I would
Holy cow.
take the
Yeah.
time to type in the brand name because you're going to get the same results either way. So you might as well find everything. You might be able to take the same item and sell it 3 or 4 different ways. So
Wow. So let's say just make this. I know that you know this like the back of your hand, but I know there's people in here that are thinking, "What? What did he just say?" So you're walking. You walk into, let's say, a Walmart or a Target or whatever, and let's say you walk down the aisle that maybe has kitchen tools or whatever, and you see tons of brands. And you only got an hour, so you don't have time to pick up every single little thing and pick up a spatula, then pick up a towel or whatever. So you're saying like you look at maybe what some of the brands are represented on the shelf, and maybe it says Cuisinart, and so you could either type in, say, just Cuisinart by itself and see what comes up. If you're in a section of Cuisinart like kitchen tools, you could type in Cuisinart kitchen. I mean, it's that simple, guys. I mean, it's just going at it from the reverse side, and you could type in just Hot Wheels instead of Hot Wheels Batman. Maybe there's tons of Hot Wheels there. Just type in Hot Wheels by itself and see what pops up. And then you're looking for that specific item. So you're looking for Hot Wheels, and you go through and see one that has good sales rank. And the ones that pop out are the ones on your seller app that kind of have a higher price. Like you're looking at this one here that he has that's a set of 6 for $16.99. You might think, wow, that seems kind of high for that. Like probably way more than retail. So that jumps out at you. And so now you're just looking through and finding the Batman ones. So it's just a way of just doing it a little bit more efficient. Well, actually, a lot more efficient. So I know you probably have more examples, but I just wanted to help them.
while you're um, while sitting here, I just typed in Hot Wheels 2017.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I see some good listings. I mean, I see several good ones. So if you had pegs, maybe that's not the best example because Hot Wheels, I mean, gosh, there's tons of them hanging on the
Right.
peg. So
Sure.
maybe you just type in something like Power Rangers action figure. I used to do that all the time during Christmas.
Uh-huh.
You're able to quickly pick out what are the more rare ones,
Mm-hmm.
pegs and pegs of these um,
Sure.
at Walmart, especially Toys R Us, where they have a big selection. This is just talking about toys.
Oh, yeah, this can be in every single section. I've been with Danny in the Walmart, and I've seen him at work. This works at any section, guys. I think if you've done anything with retail arbitrage, you understand the power of this already. But thinking about like most of the time, sellers are just going to pick up the package and scan the barcode. They don't want to take the time to type it in, which I understand because when I did retail arbitrage, I did not want to type it in. But if you go to that extra work, you are going to uncover these listings that nobody knows are there, that other sellers don't know are there. Buyers are finding them because they're typing them in. They're typing in the keywords to find them. And so what you're going to uncover, guys, is bundles. So like let's say that you were putting together a Hot Wheels bundle, a Batman, and let's say a Spider-Man car. You're not, when you guys know that when you put bundles together, you have to get a new UPC code. You have to create your own or buy one. And so if you scan the Batman barcode at the store, you're not going to come up with that bundle. But if you type in Batman Hot Wheels or Hot Wheels Batman, that bundle is going to pop up along, like Danny said, any multi-packs or any other listings for these items. And some of them are very, very good listings that you never ever would have found had you just relied on scanning the barcode. So it'll open up a whole new world of possibilities.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this works for. This is a very specific example, but this works for anything. Yeah,
Hmm.
you can even type in Hot Wheels bundle because you're required to put a bundle
That's true.
in the title, so you could bundle specifically for that brand. Or
Hmm.
so this works well with big and small brands. If you're restricted on certain brands, then you can try more generic brands. A lot of them, you'd be surprised at how many sellers take an item and they put in their own barcode.
Yep.
So when you scan the item, nothing comes up. But
Right.
as soon as you type in that brand name, okay, wow, look at all these potential listings I could be on.
Yep.
So if you're in the store and you're doing this, which I typically do, because I like to physically see the product initially and just do a quick scan of the store.
Hmm.
And if I see something, okay, I need to find more of those, then I can go home and do like more OA stuff, or I could go
Hmm.
back home and just try to order these same products online because okay,
Hmm.
Walmart has them. Let me check real quick, see if I can order them on Walmart.com and get some cash back through Ebates or something like that. So
Hmm.
that's why I consider it like a hybrid of both, and
Right.
so you can find a lot of, I mean, constantly finding more and more items, and you'll be surprised how many. I mean, gosh, every time I find a new item, there's maybe at most just a handful of sellers. A lot of them have no FBA sellers on at all, so
Mm.
which is
That's awesome.
so that's always a good sign.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh.
But let's see here. Just a couple more benefits. You can find a lot of off-the-shelf replenishables quicker, either in store or online. Uh,
Hmm.
you can uncover tons of listings are overlooked, and these listings are going to be overlooked by all your sourcing software, such as OA, X-ray, and tactical arbitrage, because they're relying on UPCs and title matches. Normally,
Hmm.
find matches on Amazon and the website. So I know for a fact because we have a member of our group she is very good with tactical arbitrage, and she finds a lot of great stuff. And she has trouble finding them, the same items I'm finding, using TA. So
Hmm.
that's kind of neat because you've kind of eliminated a lot of competition that way. You found all these items that RA people are overlooking and the OA people are overlooking. So you kind of find yourself somewhere in between, a
Hmm.
sweet spot. So and until the and it kind of happened this way because you're benefiting from people changing the UPC on items when they're not really supposed to,
Right.
and using the actual product packaging UPC. So
Right. But some of those are really good listings though, aren't there?
oh my goodness, are they ever? So
Because customers, here's the thing, customers who are typing on Amazon, they don't care what UPC it is. Customers are not typing in by UPC most of the time. I mean, there might be a rare case where somebody's trying to find a specific type item, but the way here, it's as simple as this. Danny's typing in to Amazon the way a customer would type in. And he's finding these hidden listings that just aren't, they don't come up via the barcode, and some of them are crazy good, and you can sell on all those. So
exactly. So yeah, I'll see someone asked, can I explain the process again? I'll show you a couple more examples here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to switch over to my Amazon.com and online to show you really quick. Basically, what I do, you can do the same by just typing in search terms in Amazon search bar and doing the same thing as you would on your seller app because you're going to get the same results.
hmm.
Typed in Hot Wheels Batman on
Hmm.
Amazon.com or your seller app, you'll get the same results. So you're kind of seeing what people are going to see first when they type in those search terms. So, but the benefit, just one last benefit, you find multiple replens, on your lunch break, and
Hmm.
sometimes on my free time, just right off my cell phone. I was sitting at ASD waiting for taxi, and just something popped in my head. You know what? I'm going to check that brand because I saw it across the street, and I typed it in. I found 6 replenishables before I got in the cab. So and that's yeah, I could quickly look up the price on the website and go back to the seller app and type it in and see it was profitable. So you can do it anytime, anywhere. So that's the beauty of it. So, but let's see here. I'll try to switch to.
Yeah, you can just stop sharing, and then
Could do a new share.
yep, exactly.
Let's see here. Okay, so I'm just here on Amazon.com. I'll just give you because personally I like to see things done live,
Right.
and screenshots only do so much. I'm kind of hands-on person, and I feel like a lot of other people are. Some people like to read in a book format, and that can be beneficial too. So, but and just for those of you who like to watch something in action, you could just. And when I'm at home, I use something called Jungle Scout Pro. I have the
Hmm.
Pro version. You can also use the light version. For what I do, it doesn't matter. The Pro version just gives you some way to filter out certain things. So I have very few extensions. I don't. Um, I just like to keep things simple and clean. Uh,
Hmm.
Not everyone agrees with the way I do things, but I just do things the kind of old-fashioned way, I guess. I do use other extensions to show me quickly, like stock levels or ranking stuff like that. So let me think here. Let's see. I don't know. I mean, look, this thing works for any brand. So
Sure. Do you want to pretend like, okay, so there's a lot of folks on here that are going to want to do it in the stores. You can do both in store or online. So maybe pretend like you're walking into a store and you go to a certain aisle, and what would be something that you would see, and um, just type in that type of item.
yeah, you can do something like, gosh, I don't know. You can type in cookies. Walmart. Grocery works really well for this. There's a lot of replenishables that are multi-packs or bundles or variety packs, so you can quickly quickly find those. So if you're doing this from home, yeah, you can use programs to do this and to find these. But if you're in the store and you're trying to find a
So tell me what's standing out to you, like as you're scrolling through here. And guys, this is totally live. He's not playing this before, so it may be possible he's not going to find anything with the term cookies. So, but what's going to jump out at you? What makes you decide to click in a little bit further and do a little bit more, just a closer look?
yeah. Typically, I'll just in the way I like Jungle Scouts because I can quickly see rankings and sales estimates. So
Uh-huh.
I know if it's even worth going after.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times I'll just sort by uh, rank or
Mm-hmm.
by sales. It doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
And then with you can also filter out Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
You're not gonna really be able to compete with them. So they got Girl Scout cookies on there, but those are $4 a box. Because trust me, I buy them. So
So you know that one's
I
not so
don't know how
good of
much
a
they
deal.
cost. So you, so
That's awesome.
okay, yeah, I live in a pretty rural town, so I don't have many stores to pick from. I have Walmart, Toys R Us, Home Depot. Mm, I have a store called Menards. It's a
Mm-hmm.
more regional store. I have Toys. I already said that. So that's it. That's all I really have. So in the area I live in, I'm surrounded by small towns. So I thrive off Walmart and Home Depot, which I only
Okay.
have one Home Depot, and
Uh-huh.
access to one Lowe's,
Uh-huh.
Staples, and one Toys R Us within like 45 minutes where I live. So
Uh-huh.
if I can succeed in rural town USA and you live in the city, boy, you could really knock it out of the park. Because you can, once you find a replenishable, you can quickly go to 4, 5, 6 stores of that same store and just keep buying, you know,
Yep,
items over and over.
that's true.
I don't know if this is profitable, but I just clicked on it because I happen to recognize the brand. It's from
Uh-huh.
Costco. It is Kirkland. Here's an example of a brand you could um, sell that would be suspension proof. I mean, where can you get Kirkland? You can only get at Costco. So no one can tell you that it's not authentic because you're going to have receipts. or
Uh-huh.
a PO if you order online from Costco. So, so in that way, you've kind of built a suspension-proof business, especially if you're buying brands that you can only locate at stores,
Mm-hmm.
like private label products. So,
Mm-hmm.
usually what I'll do is that you can just, there's other programs you can use, but I don't have them on right now. But you can, I don't know, you can take these and just copy and paste them. Like I said, this is kind of the long way to do it, but I've got all, I'm on my laptop here. I usually don't use it for sourcing. So let's see here. You guys still there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep, all good. Everybody's just intently watching.
Okay.
I've seen those. I think I've sourced those at Costco before and sold them. I don't remember what they cost though.
Let's see. That didn't pop up. So I don't know. We'll see if we can find it. Hopefully it's available. I don't see it yet, but it's okay. We'll just check a different item.
I think they come out at Christmas time too.
Yeah, it might be a seasonal item. Um, let's see. You got this big box of famous cookies. You notice here when you click on these, they also have variations.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people overlook these, and when you source traditionally, you in store you miss these, and so you will say, "Oh wow, you could have sold it in a 2 or 3 carton that was profitable." And
Mm-hmm.
um, whereas when you scanned it, you may only found, okay, it's just got the one pack. So I don't know. We'll check that famous Amos 42 pack. Yeah, 42 pack. So I didn't rig this up or anything. I'm just showing you something I do. Pretty put myself on the spot here. I always do that. I want you to see, how I do it for real. It's not always a home run every time, but if you keep doing this, you're going to find stuff. So that doesn't look like it's profitable. So not a big deal. Just see really quick. You notice their prices are
Mm-hmm.
pretty much right on. So hey, so you got these variety packs, but that one is a custom bundle.
Mm-hmm.
So you got these David's cookies. Not sure. Let me look at this. Not seen this before. I think I've heard of them. This I see it's shipped and sold by Davis Cookies, so I usually avoid that. It's probably it could be restricted anyway. So uh,
Yeah, they have their own website, looks like.
so a lot of times I'll just extract the next page if I don't find anything on the first page. But it kind of gets get the picture here. I can't uh, show everything for the benefit of the group I'm in. Um, they don't want me to divulge all my secrets here.
Did we lose your audio? Oh, you're breaking up a little bit. It's probably because you got so much open.
Uh,
Still breaking up here. What we could do is we could do it on my computer. I could share it and you could walk me through it if we can get your audio back. All right, he'll be back on, guys, just a second. Actually, there he is.
Sorry about that.
Okay, let me share my screen. I'll pull up Amazon and just you walk me just do it like if it was if you were doing it, it should be better.
Yeah, that was really slowing me down there. Sorry about
Because I
that.
have Jungle Scout too.
Okay, cool.
All right, what do you want to search?
Okay, let's see. Let's try. I don't know. You could just try something like, how about cleaning bundle?
Okay, just run Jungle Scout on here.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I'll just run Jungle Scout and
Okay, let's sort this by rank.
yeah, they filter out Amazon too.
Okay. All right.
So it looks like you're left with a few items there.
Got some ice machine cleaner. Got some natural home cleaning essentials.
About that Mrs. Myers right there.
Yeah, Mrs. Myers brand.
Check that out. See what that.
Okay.
So selling for fulfilled by Amazon. Okay. Well, we can always check and see.
Well,
That's probably,
that's fulfilled by Amazon, but do you want it filtered out? Oh wait, I thought we'd.
yeah, it keeps coming back.
Oh, okay.
So I would just click back on it. Maybe we'll search and see if we can find if the Mrs. Myers is profitable.
Okay. And then just search on Google.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's the. Let's see here.
Yeah. Just go to their website if you want. Maybe Mrs. Myers' website.
Okay. Oh, here's a bunch of different ones, all of them together.
Okay, so you got
So the bundle includes the
like the spray,
hand soap, the spray, and the dish soap. Okay. Hand soap, spray,
and there. I don't see the dish
bucks.
yet, but
Yeah, just go to their website, like you said. That'd be easier, wouldn't it?
this is probably not the best place to source these. Usually, the
I've
main.
seen them actually at Meyer, where you can get them. I mean, in Indiana when I was there. Let's see. There's a dish soap, $4.
I see third line. There's already a bundle.
Oh, 10.99
Oh,
to 20.01. Cutting a little bit close.
yeah.
You might maybe make $3 or $4 on that.
Scroll down on the. Go back to that same page, Ryan,
Okay.
and the Amazon Mrs. Myers page.
To where at? Go where?
The Amazon page for Mrs.
Okay.
Myers,
Uh-huh.
and then scroll down.
Okay.
Uh, Now you notice down there customers who bought this item also bought, and you notice there's
Mm,
other potentials. So a lot of times I'll check those as well,
okay.
or if it's something like that where I know Mrs. Myers has a bunch of like scents, I'll check the other multi packs and see if the other scents are doing better. Because they have, you can buy those in Target. I know they have tons of different
Sure. So like
scents.
this 2-pack here, that might be a possibility. Let's see if that is that the multi-surface. Multi-surface concentrate. Yeah, doesn't look like it's gonna work to source it from Mrs. Myers.
So if you typed in, go scroll back up top there. If you typed
Okay.
in Mrs. Myers set in the search, that's what I would do.
Okay.
Now we know they're 10.99, so you could look and find the other scents. You see that one's 23,
That one works.
so you
There's
find
one for 30.
30. So you found a couple two right there.
Uh-huh. That one would work.
24,
That one would work. Yeah, awesome.
32. So you found several right there.
26. 25.
There's a 31 down there.
There's a 31. Awesome.
So there's several leads there.
Yeah.
All, all, all of them look like they have a pretty decent rank. So even got a variety pack of fragrance. That's something new. I haven't seen that. I bet that's
I bet that's a really good one. It says it's sold by Amazon, but
okay. So yeah, usually with a nice thing with the variety packs or multi packs, you kind of
uh-huh.
get away, you tend to get away from Amazon that way, and because they won't take the time to bundle things together,
Right.
especially the ones that are different sizes or scents. So
Awesome. So we found like maybe five on this page.
that's just a quick little lead there for you. Maybe three or four different, actually probably half a dozen different leads there for you.
Cool. And guys, what would this would I know I mean he totally did this on the fly, as you could tell. Most webinars would have it all scripted and you have like, got 10 things already for you. I mean it is a process. There is a little bit of work to it. You gotta do a little work, but it's way, way, way better than scanning product after product after product. And so this would be the exact same thing like if you were in a store and you were in the section for cleaning products and you saw a bunch of Mrs. Meyer stuff. You might type in Mrs. Meyer's, lemon verbena, wherever we were on that page. Or you might just type in Mrs. Meyer's or Mrs. Meyer's bundle or Mrs. Meyer's set. And then it brought all this stuff up. And then you could just piece it together or piece it together online. Is faster even to do it online. But it's essentially the same process.
Yeah. So, and you could probably source those items cheaper. We're buying them. We were just looking at Mrs. Meyer's website, 10.99 for those bundles right there.
Hmm.
So you got to pick the ones that are probably selling the $25 range or so and make a
Hmm.
profit. But it sure beats going into Target and scanning all the Mrs. Meyer stuff one by one. And when you
Gosh,
scan
yes.
them, I guarantee you those likelihood is those bundles or multi-pack sets will not show up.
Right.
So
No.
so that's kind of the benefit of doing it. This is just we spent 10 minutes here and found some good leads. Yeah, maybe they're good, maybe they're not, but that shows you the power of doing this. So we
Hmm.
quickly find products to sell that way. So
Absolutely. What are some other things that are tend to be bundled together that we could look real quick, or anything else off the top of
let's
your head that
see.
we could check for them?
Uh, you could do. They put me on the spot here now. See, I'm trying.
Oh, well, just maybe think about your local Walmart. What are some sections that you have there? And say some brands or something that you've scanned before.
You could do
I
yeah,
think
a non-grocery item someone wants to do. Okay, so you could do something like I don't know.
anything
What's that?
anything in tools or in the tool section or home improvement area.
You could
Um,
try. How about you could try Cobalt tools.
is that a C or a K?
Okay.
Okay, that's what. Okay. So like if you're sitting there at Walmart and you see the section, you could just literally type in Cobalt tool or Cobalt tools.
It's actually a Home Depot item.
Oh, it is Home Depot. Okay.
So,
So you won't find it at Walmart.
I mean, Lowe's item. I'm sorry.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah. So you could, knowing that I know it's from Lowe's. Okay. Well, I have to go to Lowe's to try to source it. Um, it's a brand that's only sold in Lowe's. So
So I would bet that this one would be one to check because it's a 5-piece set. That's probably one that's not going to come up with just by typing in the barcode or by scanning the barcode.
I know for a fact that when you scan those in store,
Uh-huh.
they rarely show up.
Mm.
So you have to type them in.
Yep.
Uh, so you can, as you can see, you could just look down. What I would do is, yeah, just check those on Lowe's, and then you can
Uh-huh.
also, if it's profitable already on Lowe's, depending on what the price is, think about stacking deals like a percentage off. You can always buy Lowe's coupons, like 10% off. You can do shop through website like eBay. You can also buy like discounted gift cards, which I know you've all heard this before, but that's the neat thing about buying these replenishables. If they're already profitable, you can make them more profitable by stacking deals
Mm-hmm.
and searching for coupons. So, but
Oh, these are a bunch of different types of pliers.
yeah,
Slip joint nose. Yeah, I don't know my tools.
That's all right. If you go back to the, uh,
So as we're scrolling through here, this would be the same thing you guys would do, like if you were actually in a Lowe's, you would scroll through and look at ones that jump out at you, like a good sales rank, and like, oh, that price seems to be inflated. Like that seems to be way more than it would be at a store.
mhm.
So that's essentially what we'd be looking at.
And
Like this one right here jumps out at me. I don't know. I'm not a big tool guy, but $27.43 for those two pliers seems like that's probably high. I could be completely wrong though.
that that knife, utility knife set, and
Uh-huh. Right there.
check that one. See,
Lockback foldable.
so you could try that. The neat thing is these websites or these stores, they run sales all the time. You may have to cut out like you may just have to type in Cobalt utility knife. That's what I would do. People change the title, so that's why you can't find them with most.
Right there. 898.
So it's only something for 13.92, but with Lowe's, there's an automatic built in like 20% off
Uh-huh.
between all the discounts you can get. You can easily get 20 Lowe's 10% off coupons on
Uh-huh.
eBay,
Uh-huh.
and then you can also use your discount gift cards and cashback website to get the buy cost a lot lower. And not to mention, if you see something regular price on Lowe's.com, you should
Mm-hmm.
probably shouldn't buy because they run sales on those tools all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And they usually are like half off or 33% off at minimum. So if that was on sale plus some coupons stacked on that, you could definitely sell that very profitably. And it had a really good rank as well.
Cool. So tell them real quickly how you use the Amazon Seller app and your favorites and putting in there and how you have replenishable. So like you just found like the Mrs. Myers, totally off the cuff. You found six potential products that you would favorite, and then you would just constantly go back to those. Um, so what's your favorite your seller app look like as far as your replenishables?
Well, I don't know how many of you use the favorites on the Amazon Seller app. I only use the Amazon Seller app for sourcing because it allows me to do exactly what we're doing here. I know some people still use Profit Bandit or others, and but you're not able to have that organizational feature
Mm-hmm.
that I like. So as you're finding more and more items, every lunch break I'd have, okay, I'm going to take a section of the store and just search it methodically. Okay, let's see what I can find, and just look at the back of the package. Okay, what brand is this? And so I'm going to type this in and look and see if I can find any replenishables, and I can look real quick, see what the price is while I'm there. If I do find a really good lead, I can go home and buy it. So if I do find something that is profitable, I will always favorite it by just clicking a star on the listing. When you scan it, you'll notice there's a star on the bottom right. I click
Mm-hmm.
that, favorite them, and that way when I go back, and this is not the best way to do it anymore because I made an app that can organize all the stuff for you. So
That's awesome.
I just didn't like the seller app because it didn't have any organizational features. So I'm
Uh-huh.
making my own app that's almost, well, it is completed. I just have to fill in the stores. So that's the last thing to do, and I'll show you what that looks like here in a little
Cool.
bit.
Awesome.
So just forget what I said because I don't like the favorites because you have no way of knowing. You have no way of knowing when you favorite something, where did that come from?
Yeah.
All it does is it gets put in this giant list that you have to scroll through, and a lot of times the Amazon seller app crashes in the middle of you scrolling through
Yep.
it, so it drives you crazy. But I'll I can go ahead and share my screen again.
Yeah, go for it. I'll stop share here.
Okay, and then that way we can.
So guys, the just kind of the review of all of what this is, the reverse sourcing. He, instead of going to a store and scanning item after item, picking up endless amounts of items and scanning, hoping to find something in a very short amount of time, because he didn't have a lot of time to be sourcing. and he would look at what brands are represented on the shelf in the aisle that you're at, and just type in that brand or type in those brands, those multiple things. If you're in an item where, like, if you're in the toy aisle and you see a bunch of Hot Wheels, he's typing in Hot Wheels. If they happen to be you're in a kitchen utensil set and there's tons of spatulas, you type in, the name of the brand, spatula, and just very broad type terms. And then scroll through, and the ones that have the higher sales rank and have a little look alike, they're probably too much. They're way more than they should be as far as retail price. Then you're looking for those on the shelves, and and then you find one. Then you essentially just remember it. So he used to teach with using the favorites app on the seller app, but they changed it. And even before, they didn't even have a method of saying these are all the Walmart favorites, these are all my Target favorites. So he built an app for that. So now you have a list of, let's say, 40 to 50 products that you can just buy over and over and over again. And then when you go to a clearance aisle, the clearance is just the gravy. So you're not walking into a Walmart like hoping to find, like, clearance is not your main thing anymore. Using this method, you have a list of items that you can constantly source all over the place. You find it at Walmart, you go to the next one and get it. But it's replenishable. And so this makes the gist of this whole method, guys, is it makes retail arbitrage feel like more of a sustainable long-term business. It's instead of like a constant hustle, you have a list of 40 to 50 items or more. Like within just a few minutes, we found 6 items, bundles from Mrs. Myers that you could source. All those would go on your favorites, or on this app that he has, or maybe you have a way to track that. But then you could just constantly be replenishing those, and it's not the same hustle as it used to be using this. So it's so cool, and it's changed a ton of lives, people's businesses. The testimonials are nuts.
So, yeah, speaking of that, we can talk a little bit about what we're doing. We have a Facebook group and we have WhatsApp groups. What's happening there?
Cool. And you know what? This is so funny, guys. The way this all came about was Danny did a retail arbitrage workshop in December, and he was talking about his app, or the favorites that he had. He had a list of a couple hundred items that he had favorited, and I said, "Oh man, would you be willing to share those?" And so we thought, "Oh man, we got to create a group where he's sharing his finds, and other people share their finds." And so he's going to explain it much better than I could, but that's essentially how it was born. It was just like on a webinar, we thought, hey, this would be really cool to create a group of sellers that have access to Danny's finds, that he's finding all the time, and then also have access to other people and their finds. But it's blown up into way more than just that. So I'll let him chat about it.
Yeah, so, like as Ryan was saying, we blown up way past RA, OA, but right now we have 2 WhatsApp groups, A and a B group, and each group has their own buy lists that get compiled daily, at least Monday through Friday. So anything I post or someone else posts in the group, like deals, they get put into an Excel sheet similar to this, and it gets released to the group every day. So that way you don't have to go through the WhatsApp group trying to find all the deals, and that takes forever to do. So we have someone that'll email them to you or put them in the group, and each list is isolated to that particular group. So we also have someone who does tactical arbitrage for us, who produces OA lists. She's very good with TA, and so she will produce a list similar to looking to this here. And she does that weekly for us, and so they usually have like 20 items on each list, and you can pick from those items, or you can use those items as the jumping off point to find other leads, because they usually, when like that Mrs. Myers, you noticed, I would click on that, but then I would also use that lead to try to find others, because normally if you find a good brand that's profitable, you can find many other SKUs or ASINs that are going to be profitable as well. So I usually follow that rabbit hole and see where that goes. But this is just an example of something you'll see. And we also have a bundles group. and we have a couple people who they make bundles for our group, and they're professionals. They're very good at it. I know two of them. Their whole Amazon store is constantly bundles. That's all it has.
Wow.
So all they sell is bundles. They don't sell anything else. They take my ideas and my finds and turn them into bundles. So
Hmm.
these replenishables I'm finding, they will create the listing for you, and every once in a while you're able to apply for a bundle. That we only allow two sellers on each bundle SKU or ASIN, and they'll give you the source where to get the items, and they're also branded. So we branded them so no one could copy them.
That's awesome.
We've also branded items within the new bundles.
Uh-huh.
No one can really copy them. It's going to be very difficult to do it, and we haven't had any trouble with people jumping on the bundles so far. So
Hmm.
they've been running for a while. So a lot of
Oh,
them
cool.
do well, and people are selling on them. And we try to run sponsored ads on them for you when we
Hmm.
launch them. But we don't just slap up these bundles. There's a lot of thought put into them. Got a lot of keyword searches we do beforehand to make sure that we're going to be in a niche where we're not going to be trying to compete against these big giants. And we're going to find a nice little niche where we can thrive in.
Hmm.
So that's something we have a separate Facebook group, Legends Bundlers group, where all this stuff lies. And we
Yep,
try
and that's included in the Legends, program.
so we have that.
Yeah.
And then we also have an exclusive. We have two. One's off the ground right now. We have an exclusive wholesale account with a company. It's full right now, meaning all the SKUs are taken. So when I was at ASD, I was there for the Legends group, and I have one new exclusive for sure, and I have three others that they were very interested and they wanted to talk to me after the show. So I'll be talking to them hopefully tomorrow and Monday.
Nice.
Um, well, some of them are like one is huge. It would be huge for the group. Big stuff. And we got one for sure. And what we do is we share those exclusive wholesale listings with you. We only allow a certain amount of sellers on each one, and they have map pricing on them, so you don't have to worry about any pricing issues. But right now, those are closed because they are full. But we're going to be adding to those as time goes on. So.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's a very cool thing. You won't find that anywhere else. I mean, I could just take them for myself, but I put them here for you guys to.
All right.
I feel like we can serve them better as a group than I try to do it by myself. Because my,
Right.
my time is limited. I can't handle all this at
Sure.
time. So we also have the Legends app that's going to be coming out. It is completed. I
This is
actually,
the first time I'm seeing this.
yeah, so I had to go. I have to go on the admin panel and add all the stores. You can also
Uh-huh.
add as many stores as you want. It
Hmm.
has the ability to do that, but it's already completed. What this does is it allows you to take all of your Amazon screenshots and save them under whatever store you're finding them. You got Walmart here, and when you click back, you'll have a big list of stores, and you're able to put all your Amazon screenshots in here with a name for that item. So you know how many times I went to the store to buy my replenishables and I forgot like three or four items because I'm sitting there trying to remember what it was, or I got this goofy like piece of paper I wrote on, and I lose it, or this helps me so I don't lose my finds or try to find them on the Amazon seller app, which is a pain because it's just a giant list. Not you can't organize it anyway. So
Uh-huh.
I did this so I never forget to buy items again. It saved me a lot of money and a lot of time.
Mm.
Normally, this would be like an app that you would pay for, but it's going to be free. It's free to people in our group. So, um, and it is completed. I just hopefully I'll have it launched by Monday. I just have to go in and add a bunch of stores like Walmart, Target, all the stores, but it's customizable. You can add what you want. And phase two of the project, we're actually going to add a scanning app to it that's attached to it. So it'll be just as good. And if I can't make it just as good as the Amazon Seller app, I won't make it. But
Mm,
it'll show you if products are restricted or hazmat. And as you're scanning products, you can actually save them live, put them in your lists, corresponding list under your store that you're at. That way, you always have everything organized, easy to find. You can export the lists to your other employees if you have employees that work for you, and
that's
that
awesome.
so that way they don't have to compile them themselves. You can just share those with them. So
And
that's
this app is part of the group. Like they get access for free. They join the group.
so yes, that's
That's
very cool.
awesome.
Saves you a lot of time and a lot of money, so it's well worth it. It's a very simple app right now, but it'll get more in depth as time goes on because I've been done retail arbitrage, and there really isn't a good app for retail arbitrage. Every
Hmm.
one of them is missing something, and I
Hmm.
want to incorporate everything that is missing into one app. So,
Yep.
um,
Love it.
so it's just a quick recap. What we do in the group, we got we have the WhatsApp chat and deal sharing groups. We have a Q&A group, and then you each have your own groups to share deals in. They got the OA RA list that are shared within the groups, and exclusive Legends bundles and wholesale accounts. We do live webinars all the time. I
Hmm.
do these. We do some pretty epic webinars within the group. So, they're fun. And like I say, Ryan's been on a lot, most of them, so he knows. Uh, so I have the Legends app, and then just to help organize everything, we're eventually going to have the members only website, just so we can compile the videos, like lists, meaning what do you need to start for those people who are just starting Amazon,
Yep.
what you need to buy. We also have all the details on the other things going on. So, and just able to make a library of the previous videos and webinars so you can quickly watch them in order of how I think you should watch them. So,
This is
and
so cool. Danny, they need to know that like when we first started this group, that that point bullet number one was the only thing that was in there.
yes,
Like literally, guys, we started we had this idea of him sharing the finds that he has and doing a little bit, maybe a little bit more of training. And so we started the WhatsApp groups, basically just to share deals for him ones that he's finding and ones that everybody else is finding with each other. And so Danny just keeps adding stuff. So this online arbitrage lists that we got from Tactical Arbitrage are in there now. The Legends bundles is an idea that he had of creating creating bundles for free for people in the group. Nuts! Who does that? Exclusive wholesale accounts. Crazy live webinars. Those are fun. He enjoys doing those. He does some in-store sourcing stuff. The Legends app, the fact that he spent the money to have an app created and is allowing the members in there to have free access to that's crazy. um, and then obviously all the previous videos and webinars, but seriously, everybody that got in first got in just because of bullet point number one. So who knows what else he and I are going to come up with to add to it.
I have a lot of ideas, but I keep those to myself for now. So I get myself
Yeah.
too excited here. So
Oh, you just keep over delivering, and guys, we should probably would have been good to have some people on here that are in the group, and so that the you guys know me. Hopefully, you know that I'm honest, and when I say that I've never seen the testimonials for any group like this, the people who say that it's just literally changed their businesses to be able to efficiently source and be able to get in and out and make serious money with retail arbitrage, and they feel like it's sustainable. It's no longer quite the hustle that it was before. Way more, way less time consuming for sure. And so the testimonials we've got from this group are absolutely unbelievable. And Danny just goes completely over the top in providing value to the people that are in there. And one thing that's not even on here is access to Danny, being able to ask him questions. It's not like a group where he set up this WhatsApp group and he's got people in there that answer for him, which we do have people that help answer questions, but he's in there all the time answering questions and helping people out. So
Hey,
He needs to back away some. He's spending way too much time, but it's great. He loves to help, guys. So I'm just telling you that it's awesome.
yeah, if you have a question, you're in the store. I'll be there to help. I've been known to answer questions at 4 in the morning when I was wide awake, thinking about what am I going to do next for the group. So, so I answer questions all times of day. I met some of the people. Anything is we're I mean the community in this group is unlike any other. I know, this sounds kind of might sound cheesy, but you would not believe how sharing and caring the whole group is. It's not a dead group. It is very active. I have like just from this webinar, let me look. I have 75 messages
Wow,
from the WhatsApp group, just from the start of this to the end. So,
that's right.
and just people, just sharing back and forth, helping each other, and questions, for me to answer. Uh,
Hmm.
that I'm more than happy to do. So,
Hmm.
I mean, just the level of caring and sharing is,
Hmm.
people are really loving on each other in the group and helping each other out. And
Right.
I'm always there to help. I'm not going to be distant. I'm going to be there. I met people from the group in the at ASD. I met about
Hmm.
8 people from the group,
Hmm.
and I walked around with them, and we talked about what can we make more bundles with.
Right.
So we were thinking about the group as a whole. I don't think anyone was hardly there thinking about themselves, but they were actually thinking about, how can we help the group more? So,
Right.
which is pretty
Absolutely.
cool. So
Absolutely. Any other slides that you have, or want me to talk about how they can join?
that was the end.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, guys, let me share my screen real quick, and I'll show you how you can get in. Danny, once you be, since you're the only one that can see the chat while I'm
Yeah.
talking about how they can join if they decide it's a fit for them. You just be looking at the questions that you might want to
Yeah.
answer.
I'll go ahead and answer some questions.
Cool. So real quick, guys, let me tell you, here's the link I posted in the chat for how you can join. It's just it's hosted on my server, Private Label the Easy Way, but it's privatelabeltheeasyway.com/RA the Easy Way Legends. That's kind of a long name, but or a long URL. But here's the scoop. Basically, Danny went over what's involved with it or what's in it. But we've already done this we started this in December. And I told Danny, let's only do this up through March. Let's see, number one, if you enjoy doing it. And number two, if people are getting value out of it. And very early on, he knew that this was something he really enjoyed. And then and people were by far, it was a crazy value from it. So we're doing it in 3 month bursts. So if it's something you just want to try out, see if it works for you, just jump in. But here's how you can do it. So we have a one-time payment of $549. That's 3 months of access to the group. And then if you choose to break it up over 3 payments, it's only $197 every 30 days, just as 3 payments. Go to the site just to see the testimonials. These are from folks in the group. Just for example, like, Lisa saying that she's been in probably 8 paid groups this year, and Danny and Ryan's is hands down the best one ever. Kathy's can't put into words how excited I am, and especially best to be in this group. One guy was saying, I said, Dennis, I can't believe how much I've been missing in Walmart just looking at clearance. This helps my business tremendously. Daniel, this group is awesome. I've learned more the last few days than the last 5 months. And this is just a small sampling of the testimonials we've received. So, guys, if you feel like this is something you're interested in doing, we are going to cut it off. So grab it now if you feel like this is a fit for you, and if you just want to try it out for 3 months, do it for 3 months and evaluate it, see if you want to continue it. But it's been so super successful, and Danny loves doing it, and I love assisting him however I can. So if you want to get in, there's the link in the chat room. Feel free to also email me with any questions. So Danny, I'll leave that there and let you answer with any questions that are in there.
So, and first question, Chris, accepting new members. We're probably going to only accept 50-ish. It just depends. Most everyone's re-upped in the group now, so we'll
Mhm.
probably just have just one more WhatsApp group or just add them into the existing groups. We haven't decided yet, but so yeah, but I mean, we've had a really long waiting list for it, but I don't want a bunch of people in there because I don't feel like I can, give that personal touch or
Right.
answer questions. If it's too big, and it kind of
Hmm.
loses that personal touch. So, let's see, Patty. Let's see here, Patty. I see that with reverse sourcing, but how does that make you a profit? By typing in a brand, you still have to scroll through and look at rank and price, etc. Correct? Yes. I usually will scroll through and I kind of go off rank and then price if I'm in the
Hmm.
store looking at stuff. You kind of just use your instincts. You know if the price seems reasonable or right at retail or if it seems higher. So
Hmm.
I kind of just go off that as my initial with my initial search. So, and Greg asked, can you define exactly what you mean by replenishable? Well, Greg, that basically means something you just go and buy off the shelf or online that's not on clearance, and you can just keep buying it over and over again and reselling it on Amazon for a profit. So that would
Hmm.
be replenishable. And like I said, any of the clearance you find, the clearance aisles, that's just gravy.
Hmm.
David, how are you able to sell groceries without wholesale invoices able to get and get everything but groceries? Well, you can use people in the group. Almost all of them, since they've been in the group, have been ungated in grocery and all the other categories. We've helped them kind of give some guidance. Other people provided guidance, but I
Hmm.
think everyone has got accomplished what they wanted.
Right.
And groceries is seems to be like the toughest one now. But the people in the group who recently got ungated used Price Master, pricemaster.com, I believe. Paul, I may have missed the answer or maybe asking ahead, but what when you do this, do you usually bundle items or sell it as is? Well, I do both. I'll sell it. Just depends. I don't try to reinvent the wheel. Whatever SKU is profitable, I'll sell it regardless of whether it's a multi-pack or a bundle or the same SKU. Sometimes all three. So I may take the same item, sell it in a two-pack, a one-pack, and a bundle. So
Hmm.
Patty asked, the Mrs. Myers, the one bundle probably Patty wasn't profitable, but I mean we didn't do any analysis, but you'll have to check and see if that those are profitable. Um, Adana asked after you find an item through reverse sourcing, so you then scan it. No, I do not scan the item, Ladonna. I usually just check the listing on Amazon website because a lot of times the pictures are different on Amazon.com than they are in the seller app. So I'll just
Hmm.
give it a quick glance and make sure the product does match. And if it does, I'll go ahead and buy that and
Hmm.
not worry about if the barcode scans or not. So Greg asked, are you saying that if you locate a bundle on Amazon with the item in front of you at the store that's on sale, do you try to find other items in the existing bundle and use the ASIN for that bundle? In other words, you're duplicating our existing bundle. Yeah, I'll just piggyback off the bundle as long as it's not branded. But that's you can find that out pretty quick. They'll put a logo on the listing.
Hmm.
That's what we do, but most people do not make bundles like that. So you can easily jump on them. There's no issues with that. So let's see. And Patty, yes, you can. Okay.
Sorry, I'm not able to help you with that. Normally, that's my job.
Oh, Marcia said I jumped on to hear what you had to say, but I'm in the current group. If you still want a live testimonial.
It's up to you. You can get her on. I can't. I'm not able to do it because I can't see the viewers. And you know what? I don't think you can do it because you're not the host.
Yeah. I mean, you're what I appreciate it. If you want to type something in the chat, you can, Marcia, if you're still there. I mean, I would appreciate that. I think, yeah, Marcia's in our group, and so she's been there for the last several months, and so she knows what's going on. So maybe she'll post something in the chat there for
Yeah.
her.
And also, we're going to have a live, like we mentioned at the very beginning, a live conference in Dallas, June 2nd through the 4th, only for people in the group. And so I imagine we'll talk a little private label there too if people want to. But it's going to be focused on Danny's reverse sourcing. But we're going to talk about what everybody else wants to, wherever you want to be in your business, however we can help you. is what we'll discuss. But there's going to be a field trip with Danny for his reverse sourcing method. Actually, go to some stores, see it in action, and it's the price point is crazy affordable. I think we 297 I think for a conference.
We're having it at we're going to try and have it at the Gaylord in Dallas.
Yeah, I'd love to have it at the Great in Gaylord and Great
So,
One. That'd be cool.
We're trying to get enough people to pay for the Gaylord. So
Yep.
And we're going to have guests there as well. I think one guy in particular already committed or said he would come. We'll have to ask him again to see and make sure he can't come. But it'd be people you know. So,
Yeah.
and it'll be a really good time. And these people can talk. We can talk about any topic you want to talk about, so we'll touch on everything you're there because I'm not all about just your RA or OA. I'm about everything. So.
Mm-hmm.
You're there, you can talk to Ryan about private label. So,
hey, yeah, Bud. Badra asked real quick in the chat: are new inductees allowed into the conference? Absolutely. Yeah, and we're thinking. Actually, we already got the sales page live for that, but we're not. This webinar is not to promote the conference. It's going to be $297 a person, and if you bring a spouse, it's $197 for your spouse. So very, very, very affordable for a conference. And yes, if you sign up, you get into the group. You'll be available. You'll be able to go to it.
Yeah, because we do in 3-month increments. So anything we offer during those 3 months, yeah, it's up for grabs for yourself. So
Cool.
just
Marsha posted in the chat.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she is.
Right.
And they take a look at that in the chat box.
Cool. She says, I'll read it real quick for anybody that doesn't have access, maybe don't have their chat open. So she says, from two perspectives, I have been doing retail arbitrage and online arbitrage for 2 years. I've also done workshops and coaching, but last November, I was worn out trying to get as much inventory into Amazon as possible. Along came RA Legends. I learned all kinds of new tips and tricks for growing my RA faster.
Now, Marsha actually suggested that we have a website. So we take user feedback and implement that. I'm not going to sit there and ignore you. She made up a good point that for some people, it's a lot easier to find them compiled on a website that would be members only. You had to log in to find it. But that way you can just go under certain tabs and find all the videos and all the documents we have. People put up these big giant brand lists that are good. Check under. So I mean, there's just so much content, and so we listen. We want to listen to you, and I respect everyone's opinion, and I implement as much as I can. And Marcia can vouch for that. She sent me a message, and it was well thought out. And you know,
we're gonna do it.
I agree. So
yeah, she added one thing real quick. As a coach, workshop leader, and admin in other groups, I was able to see how fast people were having success. I see people in RA Legends having success faster than in other groups I've been a part of in the past.
Yeah,
that's cool.
I mean, there's one particular person in the group. She basically went from like nothing to 8,000 in sales. And in the first 3 months that she was.
Oh my gosh!
So that was pretty amazing. And we've had a couple people, I kid you not, that are like so close to bringing home a significant other. And that particular lady, she was trying to get her husband to come home. She's a teacher, but she wants him to come home and help do the business and work in it together. So I've been helping them as much as I can to speed that process up. So Letitia, said, will any of these finds be seasonal? Yeah, I love seasonal items. I don't rely on them, but at Christmas time especially, I love seasonal items because it's a longer season. I don't focus on Easter and all that stuff because it's so quick, comes in and out. I guess I'm too busy with all the other finds and
sure.
And then
we had people in the group were talking about. I saw in one of the chats that they were talking about selling Christmas lights and other Christmas decor just within the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, I gave them all the stuff I would buy after Christmas, and we're still selling it right now. So
that's crazy.
Christmas in July, it's real. Do you see? Matthew said, "Do you make your purchase decision without doing further research?" I, and this is going to sound kind of scary to some people because some people need to analyze, but I do very little analysis. If it's a newer item, especially something that doesn't have a lot of reviews, I'll check Keepa or just kind of see if it's not a fluke, like it just shot up to that rank very temporarily. So, especially when I have the opportunity to buy multiples,
Mm-hmm.
I'm all about going very wide and not and just buying a handful of each item, unless I know that item has been proven to me to be a good seller. Then I will buy it more than just a handful. But I always buy five or six. Just
Mm-hmm.
and then yeah, any need to check stuff like keep a count. Yes, I do. Especially on it's a new replenishable. What do you mean by jump on them exactly? Well, I think what you're asking is if I find an item or a bundle
Mm-hmm.
and I could sell profitably, I'll just go ahead and sell on that ASIN. I'll just
Mm-hmm.
take the ASIN and put it in my however you do your shipments in Amazon or Inventory Lab. Take that ASIN and just go ahead and list on it. Uh, Charlene asked, Amazon will not let me do any known brands. Use the same brands. Are able to use the same name brands and bundles? No, but in the group, we rarely sell name brand stuff actually. That's what's neat about this group. We focus on more of like the generic brands or store brands. So
Mm-hmm.
you'll see that anything I post, no one will be restricted on unless it's a category restriction. So, and that's why we help people just get ungated in those categories. But
Mm-hmm.
we're not going to put stuff up there that you can't sell like Legos or whatnot because look, I know where you're coming from, that there's so many restricted brands and that's very, very frustrating when people keep posting stuff that you're restricted on. So
Right.
I think that got through all the questions.
Cool. Badra in the chat wants to know, is there any in the group any sourcing with shoes and clothes?
Well, I talked to a guy at ASD. All he does is shoes and clothes. So,
Cool.
and we don't do a lot of reverse sourcing with shoes and clothes because it's different.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a lot of people that talk about sourcing shoes and clothes, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
So, yep.
Cool.
Wait, another Q question. Will newbies have access to previous Yes, all of them are in there. Yeah, so you can watch them at your leisure.
Yep. Cool. You better get to Charlotte. She sounds unhappy.
Yeah, yeah. I live real life, but
That's right. You do, man.
so
He's
I
got
just
a beautiful family, guys. He's blessed.
my wife is able to stay at home now because of all this, so she gets to raise our kids and live happily ever after, I guess.
That's right. That's right. So, so guys, the link is there. If you guys are interested, I mean, you know me. There's no high pressure, no, not a high pressure bone in my body. If you feel like this is a fit for your business and this is going to help take you to another level, check it out. It's a 3-month thing that he's going to do. We've done it for the last about 3.5 months because the folks that started in December kind of got in there for extra half a month. But then he's going to keep doing it as long as people want to keep doing it.
Mm-hmm.
As long as people want to stay in there and are gaining value from it. So it's this session that you'd be getting in is April through June, through the end of June, and then there'll be another one July through September, and then another one again October through December. Assuming again that everybody wants to continue doing it, and Danny wants to continue doing it. So it's fantastic. People are getting crazy good value out of it. And if you guys feel like this would be something that would help take you to another level in your business, then we're here to help serve you and get you there. So, Danny, any other final thoughts?
No, just we'll just take care of you if you decide to jump in here.
That's
So
right. Cool. Guys, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thanks for being on here. And if you have any questions, feel free to just send me an email. It's ryan@ryanrieger.com, and I'll help you out. So, Danny, thanks for being on here with me tonight. I appreciate it, buddy.